Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Micks Mowers. In today's episode we're going to take a little look at a lawnmower that I picked up off of a Facebook marketplace for about 20-30 quid, somewhere in there. It's called a BMC Big 20 or Big 21 with a 5.5 Wolf engine on top. Nice bright and yellow, so it should sell very well indeed when it's up and running. However, I bought it as a non-runner. The bloke assured me it did run, but he couldn't get it to start. It's got compression, all that sort of good stuff. I had a quick little look at it, and I've pre-ordered a new primer bulb for it, which is very similar to the Tecumseh ones, which you get from off of eBay or Amazon or whatever. I believe this one come from Amazon, and it was about $4.99, and it's actually listed under as a Tecumseh part primer bulb, and it's got two little tiny prongs at the back. So I'm hoping all we're going to do literally is try and get this primer bulb fitted, and the lawnmower should run, and if it runs we'll give it a service. If not, it may want other bits doing to it, but I took a bit of a chance on it. But it is a big 21-inch mower and should sell very well in my area with power drive, all that sort of good stuff. If this is the first time you're watching Micks Mowers, hit your subscribe button, whack your bell, set your notifications to all. That way you'll be told when I've done a video, or two on my Saturday night weekly live stream, which starts at 6:30 PM UK time. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty and let's check out this BMC Big 20. Right, so look outside of this Big 20 then. Got my Josh Bosch, he's up there far end of the old garden. He's having his hair cut. Let's have a little mooch at him. This is the COVID cut. So because the restrictions in the UK and what have you, we're having to have a haircut in the back garden. So here's the lads here, they're having their haircut, which is quite cool. What have you had, short back and sides? Yeah, do you have your beard done?
Yeah, full skin fade.
Eh?
Full skin fade.
Oh, well done you. What about you, Josh? What you haven't done?
Skin fade as well.
You having nails done?
Unfortunately not.
Unfortunately not.
No.
Are you enjoying this?
Yeah.
You are? Are you enjoying being filmed at the moment?
Not particularly.
Well, that's tough. So we've got the old hair salon dresser. You won't be doing mine, I haven't got any hair. Right, let's have a quick look at this this lawnmower and see what's up with it. Let's get you down here. Let's get you positioned. I'll get the old lawnmower and we'll have a quick little look at it and see what we look like. Right, so there it is. As I say, it's got a 5.5 Wolf on the top. It's called a Big 20, despite the fact that I think it's a 21-inch cut. And as I say, on the front of it, the primer bulb is split just here. It's got a big split in it. So there's juice in there because it had juice when it came to me. Yep, need a full tank actually, so you must have put plenty of fuel in to try and get the start. So we'll give it a quick prime. HTD's on. Let's try and get the start. Okay, nothing at all. So let's put it in the shop, put it up on the table, and we'll have a quick look, see what we can't do with it. Hopefully quick primer bulb fix and bring it back outside and away it goes. Could be a very, very short video. Got to be serviced up if it does run, but it's all there, all tidy. So back in 2 ticks. Okay, here's a mower. For all it is, no rust on it at all. It's quite good looking, so no problems. Let's get straight in. 10mm off. So this hasn't got an airbox on it, so I need to get a new airbox. I might have one knocking about. A Honda style one should fit it. And we've got a primer bulb there, hose. There's not a lot of pipe that's actually been broken off there. There should be enough there for me to do what I want to do, hopefully. But we shall see. So the first thing to do is, on the inside of this primer bulb, is take this off and then attach the new one. Now the new one is not exactly the same fitting, so I may have to drill a few holes to make it fit. It's roughly the same size, a little bit bigger. But if I can get this one out without damaging too much, a little star clip, and then drill 2 small holes that tally in with that, we should be all right. Okay, so I've got the old one out. That's now gone, but the holes are not at the right diameter for it. They won't fit in there, so I'm going to put it on sideways that way. I've slowly just marked out the 2 holes I want. So let's just drill them up. First one's going to be around about there. And then the second one's going to be around about there. So now hopefully this will now fit into there, and with a little bit of jiggery pokery, I might have to go upper size on the drill bit possibly. That go in there. Now I've got upper size on the drill bit. It's a little bit too small. So let me just redraw that hole out so it's a little bit bigger. Okay, so I've now made it a touch bigger. So now hopefully we can now push this primer bulb into place. It's going to be a bit of a tight fit, I know that. There's one. Oh, that one go in? Not quite. I might have to make that just a touch, just a fraction bigger. No, that's gone. That's in. So that's now in place. So now we've got a primer bulb back in, and we can now fit this hose onto there, and then that can then fit onto this little tiny piece here. Screw all that back down together, and then we'll try that. So let me just connect it up. I'll come back in 2 ticks. Okay, so I have found an air filter box cover for it off of a Honda, and I've got a new air filter itself. Now I don't know if it's going to fit. They are a bit of a strange fit, but it may just need a little bit of Micks Mowers therapy just to make it do its thing. So that filter's not actually going to fit that. It's a little bit too big. So I could cut that just to suit it, just the foam itself. I only want some of the foam cut off, just to make that go. Otherwise it's not going to be sufficient. We are just ever so slightly, just a slightly different filter box. Let me just try and make that fit. No, it has to be cut. So I have to cut this filter. Just cut the blue off in parts just to make that fit into that square, because we are just ever so slightly different, but it will go. I'll leave it off for now. I'll put the cover on. That should fit okay. Yeah, it's not a bad fit. We can make that happen. So that fits on. Just got to fit the filter to fit it. So now let's try and give it a run. See if it primes. Yeah, I hear a priming noise. No fuel leaks. Onto choke. And let's see what we get. So idle's absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Does the power drive work? Power drive works. Okay, I've opened the throttle up and it just stalled out on me. It may want a carburetor clean. Let's get another prime. There's not a fuel tap, is there? No. I can hear priming. Bring it down the tick over, so it stalled out last time. It'll run on the tick over. Just bring the tick over up nice and slow. There's been a little gremlin in there. Down on tick over. So it actually floods out when it asks for more throttle. Bring it up nice and slowly, and it works. But do it fast and it's not quite so keen. Yeah, so it wants a bit of a carburetor clean. Let's put it back on the bench, turn the carburetor off, and we'll give it a quick little clean. See if it doesn't improve the situation, and we'll go from there. Okay, so quick little carburetor clean. Not going to go too mad with it because the machine's actually running and running pretty well. It just doesn't like coming up from idle up to full chat, which tells me it's just a fuel supply issue. Shouldn't be a priming issue because we now have a priming carburetor. So I dare say the machine's just been sat idle for a little while. So let's tip this out and see what we get. Make sure it's undoing. It is. Just rock that off very quickly. Tip the carburetor to one side. Let's just have a little look, see what we're doing inside here. Yeah, got a few bits and pieces in here. A few bits and pieces just inside the carburetor, just up by the top by the bowl. So if it's got bits in the bowl and they're quite loose, we'll have bits in the main jet area. So let's just get rid of these little tiny bits here. No biggie. And let me grab a main jet screwdriver, rub the pin out. There's a main jet in there which I want to get out as well. So 2 ticks, let me just grab a screwdriver for that. Okay, got my screwdrivers. Let's just try this one first. This is my Honda style one. Yeah, nice and loose. No drama. Take that main jet out. There's the main jet. We've got a tube to come out as well. There's a tube. So that just fell out, which is nice to see. So just check that main jet. Yeah, it's got a hole in there, but the hole is not fantastic. So it's probably just struggling on the fuel demand when you are asking for more fuel to come in. So we're just going to file out that main jet. I'll say file it out, just going to clean it up. That's a perfect fit. And all we're going to do is just slowly work the main jet walls, just so we know that that jet is completely clean. I'm only applying minimal force, just a bit of sideways pressure, just to clean that main jet up. The hole is now twice the size of what it was. Nice and big. Hopefully you can get that. So that's done. Let's just check the tube. These 2 holes here look plugged to me on the tube. So quick blast the old WD-40 stuff through there. Block the end of the tube up, let it run out through all the holes and turn it as you go so you can see that they're all running, which they are. So that's good. Happy with that. Get the carburetor back in. Couple of places just to clean through. One in there. That's going out the front of the carburetor. That's lovely. One here. Through the main fuel inlet. That's nice. Down through the main tube. Turn it round. One there. And then we've got a slow running jet as well also. Now it doesn't seem to be a problem with a slow running jet when we're running a machine, but if we're going to give it a clean, we'll do it anyway. We've also got a needle valve here, so it's up at midday, so we'll wind it in all the way. So that's 1 turn, 2 turns, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 4 3/4 turns. That's got to come back out once I've screwed it in. 4 3/4. Take that out, and we've also got to undo this slow running jet also. Let's give it a little bit of a lift with a screwdriver. Take that out. Just check the washers are okay. Yep, they're good. Bit of WD-40 straight down through the hole, and there's one on the other side as well. There's 2 holes in here, which one will come out through this little tiny cookie here, I think it is. It comes up through there, you see. And then through this one. That's all running lovely now. So I'm now happy that this carburetor is now doing exactly what it should be doing. And we can now put this carburetor back together once we've cleaned the slow running jet out, of course. That's got to be cleaned as well. So let's wind in this this jet here all the way in, and then 4 3/4 turns all the way back out. All the way down, it should stop at about 1/4 2. It's going to be there. So there's your 1/4, now 4 1/2. So there's your half. There's your half. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where that's got to be set. You've then got to get your slow running jet, which is a bit dirty. Give it a clean through the big hole, and then tip it up on its top and run it straight through the top. That's running lovely. And that can now go back into this little tiny hole. Turn it around and sit it down so it sits absolutely level where it needs to. And get your screw. We're going to run that all the way in until about 2 1/2 threads are poking out the far end. Which is going to be around about there somewhere. That's all clean. The needle looks okay. There's a little bit of dirt just there, I can see. We get rid of that. And then put that needle back on. Put the pin in. And get hold of it. I had one of these big 20s before, but all the cables were cut on it, and it was too much to replace all the cables. So we're going to cost about 50 odd quid just to do the cables. Quick blow test. That's working fine. So we've done the tube, that was just cleaned. Tube goes in, Tim, that bit there, poking out, that goes in first. Main jet is done, all been filed out, that goes back in. Let's do the main jet back up. Seat that well down, and then just double checking here. Got a bit of grime just in this bowl. Just want to take them out with a screwdriver. No biggie. Give it a quick clean, and then we want to put it so that your fuel comes in this way, and you'll put it so your flood bolt goes round this side, so around the front of the engine, so you can flood the carburetor should you wish to do so. Do up your little tiny 10mm, not with an impact, with a spanner, and then that's your carburetor done. Okay, so I've got the carburetor back on. Now there's not a great deal for this to fit on this little tiny pipe that comes off of here. The pipe's a bit big and it keeps being a bit sloppy. So what I've done is I put a little bit of 2-stroke pipe on there, which is on there. Just now going to cut this to suit. Going to be about there. Only because it was just a bit sloppy. I did notice it was moving about a little tiny bit. So now I want to fit this bit of pipe onto here. So that's a good fit. That's nice and tight. And now I can then angle this one down. Bit of angle dangle. It's going to be a bit of a tight fit in here. But I can now push that bit of 2-stroke pipe on top. That will then fit a bit happier when it goes on, like so. That's a good fit now, and then I should be able to slowly fit the carburetor on. When it goes on, it should then level itself up. It's going to be about there somewhere. I'll find the 2 holes. There it goes. Onto there like so. When it all goes in, that's now nice and tight, and it now should prime. Yeah, priming lovely. And just a better fit and a better fuel system. So I might just snip that back just a touch more. It's only because there's not a great deal on here. I could try and glue something up there to try and make it a bit more sensible, but it's not the best of fits. So I need to try and make it so that it does fit relatively well and snug, and it doesn't come off. Unfortunately, you can't take these out; they just snap. That's what's happened. I just have another carburetor which is exactly the same. I just tried to remove that tab out of there first, which is a broken carburetor, but it just snapped off in my hand. So they're actually sort of machined in there and not designed to come out. So when they snap, you're sort of on your own. So I'm just going to try and marry all this all up. Get it to the right length is a key, and when it all goes in, it will automatically just push down like it is now. That's a better fit. Yeah, that's a much better fit. I can then do that up, and then that should then prime. And I'm going to cut the air filter to suit, just to size. So just cut the foam off it, so that all fits in, and then we'll take it outside and give it a run. Just to show you, all I've done is just cut the square bits off the end of the filter. That's all I've done. We don't do anything other than just make it fit snugly, and now that fits as snug as a bug and a rug in there. And I can now fit the donor box, which isn't the correct one, but now it all fits in there nicely. And when you do that up, that'll go in. It's just a bit of a tight fit, so it's not exactly the right box for it, but it will have it. And it didn't have a filter in there beforehand, so there's one. Let's just try and fit that one in. There's two. So yeah, that's all on. So we've got a new air filter now, make the fit. We've got a priming carburetor, clean carburetor. Let's now take it back outside, see how it runs. And what I wanted to do is I want to come off of idle onto full throttle at any reasonable force, and still to run correctly. So hopefully we've cured it. There's no crank. Oh, hang on, look, the crankcase breather pipe is actually snapped off. Isn't that a beauty? So I get my Aerodite, and I'll Aerodite that back on. That doesn't do anything other than just sit on there. So I didn't just notice that. That could be a reason. That could be a thing. Let me get some Aerodite made up, and I'll stick that to it, and hopefully that'll hold in position. Just notice that. That wasn't me. Shame, but no problem. We can Aerodite that. That's only plastic, so that's no biggie. I'll get that done and I'll come back. Okay, so we're on take two. I've Aerodited the crankcase breather. That's now on. Okay, it's pretty much there, I'd say. Primer bolts all now been installed. Carburetor's been cleaned. I haven't done any other service yet, so I want to make sure it's running right. I put an air filter in. There's plenty of oil in it anyway. The blade does need sharpening and balancing, but the lawnmower hopefully will now run exactly as it should do. And for 20-30 quid lawnmower, a nice big 21 inch, we should be good to go. Let's fire it up. Idle now, all the way down. I'm going to bring it up slowly first, so it responds well. Back down to idle, up the fast. That's better. That's it. That's all we want it to do. Nice big 21-inch mower. Super happy. It wasn't doing that before. When you put it down to idle and then just push it straight up to fast, it stalled out, but now it's not. Super happy. Big 20 lawnmower up and running. Okay, so there you have it. That's now the Big 20 BMC lawnmower, now all up and running exactly as it should do. And nothing leaves the old Micks Mower shack unless it is running completely right as it should do. Otherwise, you just get come back, and there's just no point in doing it. As soon as you revved up beforehand, it was idling out, stalling out, and wasn't doing what it was doing. Quick little carburetor cleaner, now it's running right. Also, the crank breather case tube was broken. That's now been aerodited, so now it's got an air circulation, and also with an air filter in there. Admittedly, it's not the right air box, but it's going to do the job. It's completely sealed, so now it's sucking it in and pushing out the right amount of air as it should do. That lawnmower now go on to do its test, have a full service, and then put up for sale very, very soon. A nice cheap little mower for about 20 or £30. And that should fetch a pretty little penny when it does get sold. I hope you enjoyed this little episode of Micks Mowers. I certainly did. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Let us know your appreciation to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel also. And one last thing, I have also been in contact with Mr. Martin Butler, the legend. He informed me that my microphone was a little bit too loud, and you're getting a lot of heavy breathing. I was picking up my actual breathing off of the new wireless Go that I've got. So I have just adjusted the volume throughout this entire video down to the middle setting. So let us know what you think in regards to the volume on that, and also I'm wearing this lavalier mic as well, which hopefully will improve the audio going forward. Anything else, any other suggestions you got for the audio or whatever, just let us know and I'll try and pick something up to try and improve it going forward. But I think I have pretty much now sussed it, and it's doing exactly what it should do, and it has improved the audio going forward. I've had lots of great comments to say it has done so. I look forward to seeing the next episode of Micks Mowers very, very soon. But until then, people, don't forget, more importantly, take her easy.